Now, through cash transfers, wash initiatives and educational materials, World Vision Ghana has announced a relief package for flood victims in the 4 regions of the country. This package includes livelihood interventions worth $2 million to assist in their recovery from the recent dam spillage along the Volta Lake. This gesture aims to alleviate the plight of flood victims who have lost their lives. Now, according to Humanitarian and Emergency Affairs Manager, there's more in this report.
Some residents of communities like Buipe and Makango in the Savannah region living along banks of the Volta River have had their homes submerged and livelihoods threatened by the spillage of water downstream due to the continuous heavy rains recorded and the spillage of the Bagre and Bui dams in the White and Black Volta lakes in the northern part of Ghana. After the spills, the victims, mostly farmers and fishermen, live in poor conditions of the polluted environment. In an interview with GH1 News, some of the victims spoke about their experiences.
One is now I say tip of one two one in United to I feel do say collecting kitty to me consume all the blue. I feel that we are be chumukrano. Nipping son a casamunum. Bakuka and Yadu no be saving. Oh, Shannon Fire and we say, a bedroom your home. So I bedroom your wife say, near my near my share and Tadium, a Diani Dimu, I have Bassa, the big architect can see me. And one I had the after I said, and pay you for no wire and free how we I might send them man so much conscious. Omunyashi, there are a lot of kids here who cannot school just because their parents have lost their houses and also some of their funds because at the rush of picking their items from where they are living, they lost a lot of items. Some of them lost their fishery nets, their harbor motors.
In order to ease the suffering of the victims, World Vision Ghana has provided some relief items to the affected communities. World Vision Ghana's Humanitarian and Emergency Affairs Manager, Samuel Gmalu, who engaged flood victims, announced a $2 million relief package for the country.
We declared a Category 1 emergency response for this flooding. And so for the past few days, we've been on the assessments across Volta region, Eastern region, and then presently we are now in the Savannah region. We have done our response plan. We have earmarked about $2 million to be able to respond to this emergency. We are going to look at areas of wash. Of course, you see that in this community, you see that a lot of wash needs, that's water, sanitation, and hygiene. So we will be looking at cash transfers, we'll be looking at livelihood interventions that will support them and help them, their victims. We also don't leave out education. In fact, in some of the communities, you realize that as the houses were flooded, the children have lost their educational materials. And even the fact that their parents have lost their livelihood, even going to school in itself, is becoming quite challenging. So education will be another focus area. We also focus on strengthening institutions, that's the health facilities, the various schools in the communities. We will look at how we can work in collaboration in helping to, strengthen some of those aspects of the areas.
Gumalu further called for coordination and distribution of relief items among victims in the communities.
One of the things that we will want to use this medium is to appeal to government through the National Disaster Management Organization that they need to coordinate this response, because we've realized that the coordination is not the best. We need to coordinate and all the partners that are involved in this response to ensure that there's a proper distribution of the relief items to all parts of the country that are affected. Look like there's over-concentration in some areas to the neglect of other areas. And this is as a result of coordination.
A wash specialist with World Vision Ghana, Cynthia Fosu, taught the flood victims how to observe proper hygiene practices despite the disaster. 12,000 water purifiers were distributed to various households. Detergents, dustbins, and many other items were provided to the affected communities.